Hey, welcome to the episode 1 of the Friday Book Club series where I share highlights of a book based on software development, machine learning, design practices, and many more. By the way, this episode is optimized for listening experience. So feel free to switch to the audio version of it on YouTube Music if you're watching the YouTube video. Today, we are cracking open an old gold. If there is a Bible for software engineering practices, this is probably it. Originally published in 1999 as Pragmatic Programmer from Journeyman to Master by Dave Thomas and Andy Hunt, in this episode, will be talking about the 20th anniversary edition of the Pragmatic Programmer, Your Journey to Mastery. Whether you're a junior developer just learning Git init or a senior architect managing a massive cloud infrastructure, this book is basically the operating manual for your career. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's walk through the mindset of a pragmatic programmer. Let me kick things off with a philosophy. The biggest takeaway right out of the gate is this: you have agency. This is your life. If your job sucks, if your tools are old, if your process is broken, change it. The authors also talk about software entropy. They use this great metaphor called broken windows. If you leave a broken window unrepaired in a building, soon people start breaking more windows, painting graffiti, and dumping trash. The same thing happens to your code. If you see a bad code, fix it. Don't let the rot set in. And be a catalyst. People find it easier to join a project that's already working than to start one from scratch. Next, let's talk about approach. If you only remember 3 letters from this section, make them ETC. It stands for easier to change. Every design principle you've ever learned, decoupling, cohesion, encapsulation, it all boils down to ETC. Why? Because the only constant in software is change. Good design is just code that is easy to change later. We also get a refresher on DRY, which is don't repeat yourself. But here's the catch. It's not just about copy-pasting code. It's about not duplicating knowledge. If you change a business rule, you should only have to change it in one place. And I love this concept of tracer bullets. It says, don't build a disposable prototype if you don't have to. Build a tracer bullet, which is a thin line of code that goes all the way from database to the user interface. It proves the architecture works before you spend months decorating it. Now let's get your hands dirty with the basic tools. The book treats your computer like a craftsman's workbench. Stop clicking around in graphical user interfaces. Master the shell. Master your text editor. You should be manipulating text so fluently that you don't even have to look at your hands. And please keep your knowledge in plain text. Binary formats die. Plain text is forever. It's a universal interface. And the big one here is debugging. When you find a bug, don't panic. Don't play the blame game. Fix the problem and just be it. Now let's move on to the pragmatic paranoia. I love this title. You can't write perfect software. It's impossible. So code defensively. Use design by contract. If a function expects a positive number, don't just hope for the best. Check it. If the contract is broken, crash early. A dead program causes way less damage than a crippled one that's corrupting your database in silence. And follow the rule of finish what you start. If you allocate memory, free it. If you open a file, close it. Balance your resources. And this leads us into bend or break. This section is all about flexibility. You want code that bends, not code that snaps. How? Decoupling. Don't ask an object for its data and then do the math yourself. Tell the object to do the math for you. And watch out for inheritance tags. Inheritance creates a tight coupling to your parent classes. Usually you're better off using interfaces, delegations, or mixins. Don't ask for a banana and then inherit the gorilla holding it and then the entire jungle too. And now for the scary stuff, concurrency. The authors make a great distinction here. Concurrency is a software design thing, while parallelism is a hardware thing. The villain here is shared state. Imagine two waiters in a diner trying to grab the last piece of pie for two different customers at the exact same time. Chaos, right? There are ways to handle concurrency without the headaches of manual locking. Keep your processes independent and let them talk via messages. Alright, we are coding. What's going on in your head? First, listen to that. You know that feeling when you don't want to write that piece of code. You're just putting it off. That's your instinct telling you that the design is wrong. Listen to it. Don't program by coincidence. Don't just paste code from Stack Overflow and say, well, it works. Understand why it works. And code refactoring isn't a special event you schedule once a year. It's like gardening. You weed and rake a little every day. Finally, we zoom out to the project level. Here's the hard truth. No one exactly knows what they want. Not you and definitely not the client. Stop trying to gather the requirements like you're picking up rocks off the ground. Requirements are buried deep. You have to dig for them. Use feedback loops. Show the user something, let them play with it, and then they'll tell you what actually they need. And when it comes to agile, remember, agile is an adjective, not a noun. You can't buy agile. It's not a box you install. It's how you do things, like gathering feedback and adjusting course. And I wrap up with the pragmatic projects. Don't just copy what Netflix or Spotify are doing just because it's trendy. Do what works for your team. Use the pragmatic starter kit, like the version control, regression testing, and full automation. If you're doing things by hand, you're doing it wrong. And ultimately, your goal isn't to write code. Your goal is to delight your users, solve their problems. The book ends with a simple challenge. Sign your work. Take pride in what you do. When you write a piece of code, be ready to put your name on it and stand behind it. That's the Pragmatic Programmer. If you haven't read it, go pick up the 20th anniversary edition. It's a kind of book that pays for itself the first week you own it. Thanks for listening and happy coding.